The next video. In today's video I will show you how to send data from an iOS to watchOS app and watchOS to iOS app in React Native using the new architecture. This is possible via simulator as well, so I will be showing you the demo with simulator because I don't have a real device. Now if you have a simulator, if you don't have a simulator, if you have a real device for iOS and watchOS, then you will have to follow this documentation first, because a user need to first pair their iOS and watchOS app, then only this thing will work. Now second thing, if you don't have if you don't have real device, then what you will have to do is you will have to firstly select go to your simulator, go to Xcode, just create a React Native project, open the iOS folder in Xcode, then you will have to select your simulator at the top and select manage run destination, then go to simulators, and here you will have to click on this plus button over here. Then you can select any iOS version and iOS device type, whatever you want, but the important thing is you have to mark this as paired Apple Watch. Then if you want, give some name just so that you avoid the confusion. Click on next, then select any Apple Watch series, give some name and just click create. I already have created, so this is my iOS simulator and this is my watchOS simulator. Okay, next I will show you the output. Okay guys, so as you can see over here, ignore this iPhone access, but this is my iPhone simulator and this is my watchOS simulator, and they are paired with each other. Now what I will do is that I will click on the message button at the watchOS side, and you should be able to see. So here you can see hello from the watch, and this is a callback which the watchOS receives because the data was sent successfully from watchOS. Now I will send some data from iOS to watchOS. So if I click on send data, so here you can see hello from iOS, and this is the response like a callback from the WC session delegate that okay, the data was sent successfully to watchOS. You'll have to cd to the iOS directory of your React Native project and then run this command. So this will enable the new architecture for you. After that, what we will have to do, of course this is for iOS only, not for Android. Next, what you will have to do, we will be making use of turbo module. So if you want, you can follow the documentation over here because I will be copying a lot of code from that. Next, I have created a folder called RTN My Watch Connectivity. Inside that I have created package.json and I have copy pasted everything from the documentation. The only thing change is this name over here, because this should match our folder name, this name over here and this Java package name over here. Then I have created a podspec file. Again, I have copy pasted everything from the docs. Only thing change is this name over here. Next, I have created a JS folder. Inside that I have created a TypeScript file, and here I have again copy pasted everything from docs. Only this method name has been changed, so I have named it as send data, and here you can send any data. I'm just for this is just an example. Here I am sending some password, but it is not actually a password. You can send any kind of string data, and this name has been changed. Once you do that, what you will have to do is open your terminal, go to the root of your React Native project and then run this command. Once you do that, you will have to do cd dot dot, and once after that you will have to run this command. So something like this, but here you will have to make sure you replace this rn app with your project names, because my project name was rn app. I have just changed it, it should have been rn app 2. Okay, because I have just copy pasted it from my other thing, so this should be rn app 2. okay, and you can run it something like this. Now what you will have to do is you will have to cd to your iOS directory and then run this command. So once you run this command, this should do all the code generation for your turbo module which you have created. Now before I show you the implementation, how to use it, all you have to do is you have to import something like this. Okay, then you will also have to import this native event emitter and native modules from React Native, and here I have created our event emitter, as well as I have added a listener to this. So here we will be listening receiving some data from watchOS to iOS. For watchOS we won't be using React Native, it will be completely Swift and Swift UI, but we will create that watchOS project inside our iOS project itself. So this is only related to iOS React Native part, and once we get the data, we are just setting it inside our state, and here you can see once I am getting the data, I'm just displaying it inside a text, and this is the component, like a button to send data from iOS to watchOS. So here I'm just sending this data. Once you do that, you will have to open your iOS folder inside Xcode, and here you can see that firstly you will have to create this rtn my watch connectivity header file. Again, I have copy pasted this from docs. You all you have to do is change this name over here, and we also have to include this app delegate.h, because we will be defining our watch connectivity session inside our app delegate. I will come back to this, and here I have defined watch connectivity. We have defined watch connectivity over here because we want the session which we have defined inside app delegate. Okay, and next I have just replaced this as in this name as well. Next we will go to app delegate.h, and here I have added this two things. First one is for watch connectivity, next is event emitter file which I have defined over here, and event emitter is just used for sending data from native iOS side to React Native side. And here you can see I have defined this property called session because we want to access this property inside this rtn my watch connectivity as well. That's why I have defined, and also I need the share instance of our app delegate. That's why I have defined it over here as well. Next, if you go to event emitter, just create a header file like this. Okay, and here inside Objective-C file, I have created an Objective-C file as well, so that we can send like I have just copy pasted this from Stack Overflow, and this will help us to send data from like native iOS to React Native. So this part will remain common. Next, go to appdelegate.mm, and here you can see I have first defined the static app delegate share instance. Then I am creating our share instance for this. So this is how we do it, and I am also assigning the WC session as well to this. So default session over here. Next, I am activating the session as well, and you don't need to activate the, like I have written this duplicate code. So if you want, you can comment this code. I don't think no, you should not comment this code out. Like this is required because this shared instance will be created only once you create an object for this object on this inside the Objective-C file, which is this rtn my watch connectivity. Okay, and next you will have to write this bit of code as well, so to activate session as soon as the app is loaded. Next, what I have done is that I have also use this like WC action delegate. So this will, like, currently this thing is not working on the simulator. I'm not sure why, because this thing gets called as soon as your app opens on both watchOS and iOS, and the and we get a callback from the callback to iOS from watchOS that the watch app is installed, but this is not working. I'm not sure why. For native iOS it was working. Not sure what the issue is with React Native. But the important part is this receive message. So here you can see whenever you receive a message from the watchOS side, I'm getting it on the iOS React Native side, and I'm sending it back to React Native. This is just a reply handler saying like it is kind of like a callback to watchOS when it sends data to iOS, that okay, the data was successfully sent to iOS. Okay, next what you will have to do, you will have to create this Objective-C++ file. Previously, as you can see, I was trying to use Swift as well, but don't use Swift. It will just create more problems for you than it solves. That's why I decided to do everything with Objective-C. Next, I have just imported this header file, and this has been copied from docs, only this name has been changed. Next, I am just overriding the send data method which we have defined it inside TypeScript, and here you can see we are taking the session which we have defined it inside our app delegate, and if the session is reachable, once you call this method from iOS side, here you can see this is the way where you will able to send the data from iOS to watchOS. And again, once the data has been sent, we are just getting a callback, like this will be a callback given to iOS that okay, the data was sent successfully. So here we are actually sending the data. So if you see the send message actually sends the data, and this sends the callback back to React Native side. Okay, React Native side. Now once you do that, what you will have to do is you will have to click over here, file, new, target, and Here you will have to select watchOS, select my watch app, click next, and here you will have to give your watch app name. I have given it as just my watch app, and just select watch app for existing iOS app. Select your React Native app for watchOS. It is already selected by default, and then just click on finish. I have already created this, and here inside content view, firstly here I have like this is kind of like creating, initializing a file called connectivity, which I have defined it over here. And here I have just defined a text called receive text. So once we receive some text from iOS side, I'm just displaying it over here. And if you want to send message, we just call connectivity.send message, which is defined inside this file as well. Next, just create a connectivity Swift file, but make sure you mark the target membership to your watch app. And here same thing which we have defined it inside app delegate, import watch connectivity, extend wc session delegate, and this is for receive text. Once we receive some text from iOS, and first we are like checking whether wc session is supported or not. If yes, then activate it, and this is the method for sending the data. So here you can see, once we get the data, we just call session.send message, and again we receive a callback to the watchOS side. Okay, the data was sent successfully to iOS, and this is the callback reply handler. Be an extra, you can send any callback whatever you want to. Okay, so yeah, I think that's it. One more thing which I didn't face this issue, but you might face it, because I face a similar issue for Flutter. But the issue is that select your iOS app, go to build phases, this embed watch content, this is at the bottom. If you face some like a build issue or something, make sure you clean your build folder, try to build it again. If it's still not resolving, try moving this embed watch content above this link binary with libraries, or above this compile sources. Just try it once if you're facing any issues. Like for React Native, as far as I didn't face this issue, so you don't have to move it. But yeah, just be careful with this. Again, you can ignore this prefix header file. This was for my Swift file. But like I told you, like Swift increases unnecessary complexity. That's why I have decided to keep it simple. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.